All right, guys. Good morning. How we doing? Well, hold on a second. It's a little dark out today. It's all right. Whatever. A little dark out this morning. How we doing? It's lightening up a little bit, as you can see from the window. So, 8 o'clock, November 4th. Can't believe it's November. But some very, very beautiful moves once again, folks. And this is why I sort of want to wait till more people get here to talk through this, but I'll just say it to people that are here now. This is an example of how news is priced into the market. So if you were worried about the market falling because of tapering talks, please, moving forward, understand that if you know about something, it is almost 100% of the times priced into the market, guys. I mean, we're not gonna, it's hedge funds, banks, institutional investors, they're not gonna go into a Fed meeting blind without positioning themselves correctly, knowing that they're gonna be talking about inflation fears, right? So we're not gonna be, they're not heading into these things going, we're gonna dump everything when he says, inflation or tapering, not inflation, I'm sorry. These things are priced into the market. So that drop you saw in September, I believe, is most likely us pricing in the tapering into the market. If things change into the future, if the tapering schedule changes, if it increases, if it gets faster, if inflation gets worse, if interest rates have to rise quicker than expected, if things start to go off of plan, then you start to see maybe a little bit of concern, uncertainty, and that uncertainty is what causes the market to drop, right? But as of right now, we have certainty. We have the certainty we need. We know the tapering schedule. We know this plan on interest rates. We know, the economic data, and that's all the market really cares about. It cares about being certain. It wants to know the plan, and then we can go ahead and move off of that and move higher. The certainty is there. We know the tapering plan. We talked about it again yesterday, and the market moved up off of it. So I would, moving forward, guys, if you're sort of new to the market, not sure how we affect how we move off news events, just if you know about it, I want to it's not always going to be perfect. There's going to be weird situations that happen, but if you know about it, I am sure that institutional investors know about it, and they are not going to be buying equities into that type of event knowing that the market is going to fall. Very awesome move yesterday, guys. As you saw, after the Fed meeting, we went virtually straight up, and we continued into the after hours, and we are continuing here into the pre-market. So just an incredible move, guys. Incredible move. We'll go ahead and go over everything today. We'll go over all the futures, all the stocks that I'm watching, some of the positions that I'm still holding. I'm still holding NVIDIA. NVIDIA is now $60 in the money, which is absolutely crazy. About $60 in the money for my NVIDIA contract. Going to continue to hold that. I think you see NVIDIA at 300 probably by the end of this year. I think NVIDIA should be at 300. I think there's a magnet at 300 at this point. Yeah, the reason we were sideways until the meeting is that uncertainty, right? We don't know what's going to happen. Mr. TNT, you should know that. You're in my Discord chat. I had $150 at stake into that earnings. So, yeah, I can lose $150, trust me. Yeah, I mean, we were uncertain until the Fed meeting, and then once we saw what we were expecting, boom, pop off, desk pop, we're off to the races, right? We saw what we wanted to see. We knew what we were going to see, and when you see the expected plan come to fruition, that's it. That's why you move higher, because now we're certain. We know the plan. And yeah, NVIDIA is, I think NVIDIA is my number one stock into the future, guys. I don't think there is a single company that has, I say this all the time, but I'll say it again. I don't think there is a single company that has higher demand for their products into the future. Right now, it's in high demand, and in the future, I think the demand gets even stronger. So NVIDIA, even AMD, potentially, are just going to probably be some of the biggest companies in the world, in the future, with all of the demand for technology, for graphics cards. If this metaverse stuff takes off, that's going to be all graphics cards, cars in the future. So, I mean, everything is going to need NVIDIA. So I think NVIDIA is probably the safest and most growth potential stock, in my opinion, on the stock market right now. And I am putting my money where my mouth is with that saying. So, that's just my opinion, guys. I could be wrong. Things could fall apart. Stuff could go to shit. And NVIDIA could fall to nothing. But I just don't see that happening. But anyways, so let's go ahead and get started today. Once again, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for supporting the stream. We almost hit, I want to try to hit 1,000 live stream members by the end of the year. I think that's a good goal for us. So if you guys have friends that you want to, see on the live streams, tell them to tune in, before work, on their way to work, morning live stream, talk about the market. It's pretty fun. It's not like, I'm not the most outgoing guy, but I think we get a lot of good stuff done here. So let's go ahead and get started. If you could, whoever likes to like the video early, that would be fantastic. I appreciate you. Good morning, Narcotic Skills. How you doing? Good. How are you, sir? Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. I'm good. A little tired in the morning as always. Always going to be a little bit tired here at 8 o'clock in the morning. I usually wake up around 7 or 6:45, lay in my bed for like 20 minutes because I can't get up. And then I finally get up, make coffee, and get out of bed. So here we go. Futures. We'll look at the futures, guys, as we do every single day. Earnings calendar. We have more earnings today. We'll go over a few that we reviewed yesterday or that reported yesterday. Tesla. Beautiful, beautiful flag breakout. If you guys are on the live streams, we talked about this flag. An incredible flag breakout on Tesla. Unbelievable. So keep an eye on that today again, guys. Tesla looks so good. We'll look at it here on the live stream. Facebook, the weekly chart. Weekly chart has me very interested. You guys know I'm already in some Decembers for Facebook, but I am seriously considering adding to those, or even maybe buying like January's, February's, maybe even March's, some further outdated contracts. I really like the potential for Facebook here. IWM, crazy move on the small caps yesterday. Insane move. It's just straight up almost all day. Gave a little bit of a midday pullback and just continued to new highs. Big breakout here on the IWM. And before I forgot, Moazam, thank you so much, sir. I know we talked this morning, so thank you so much for the 10 euros. That euros? That should be euros, right? I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for your donation. Netflix, Mr. TNT, welcome to Priority Member, sir. IWM, Netflix, another flag that broke yesterday. Very nice. Netflix I would put a high percentage chance that Netflix sees 700 here soon, guys. I mean, it's just magnet at this point. Netflix continues to kill it day after day. So I would definitely watch Netflix towards that 700. Twilio, another trade idea that I've been watching. This is probably my second favorite little setup potentially on Twilio. So definitely gonna watch Twilio here to see if it can set up. Definitely like it. NVIDIA, you can't stop it. It's a runaway train. There's no stopping NVIDIA. It's up another $6 a share here in the pre-market. And GBP. I'll go trade the GBP JPY. With in the money contracts, Delta is 1. So every single dollar that NVIDIA goes up, I make $100 at this point. So this morning should be up another $600 on the NVIDIA contract. Let's see if that can continue. What else? Square, 250. Square earnings today. Definitely we'll talk about PayPal at the same time because those will run together. Excuse me. So Square and PayPal today could be interesting, worth watching. Finally, Qualcomm. I got a cramp in my arm. Qualcomm looked really good on earnings, killed earnings, has a few very key levels that we need to look at this morning. So Qualcomm, I'll go ahead and pull that up as well. After that, if you guys are members of the stream, you can go ahead and pop your submissions into the Excel file, and we'll go over those as quickly as we can towards the end of the stream, guys. So let's go ahead and get started here. Once again, press that like button for me. We're almost up to 500 viewers already. That's awesome. Would love to continue to grow the stream. With your help, we can. So let's go ahead and get started. Before we look at the futures, let's go ahead and pop up the earnings calendar real quick so that we are all aware of what is reporting earnings today. We don't want to be blindsided by an earnings report. Also, guys, please, make sure to go, every morning that you come into the trading day, make sure to, just type in economic calendar into Google and pop it up on the screen. Pop it up on Google. Right here in Market Watch, I think this is the best one. Make sure you know what's going on that day, guys, because we had a few people that were totally unaware of the Fed meeting yesterday and were asking me why the market was moving up at 2 o'clock. So you do not want to be heading into a day without knowing that there's especially a Federal Reserve statement coming out, because you'll be totally blindsided. So please make sure, if you guys are trading, you need to be looking at an economic calendar. You need to be looking at what is going on during that day. You cannot be blindsided by these things. This is real money you're trading with. You need to know what's going on. Jobless claims this morning at 8:30. I don't expect a move here, guys. I really don't. I don't expect much of a move unless this is like a total, miss or a large amount of jobless claims. So just let's see what happens at 8:30. But I don't expect a big move on this. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So let's go ahead and here's the earnings calendar. Here we go, folks. Yeah, guys, I hope no one actually took so I want to clear up. I took a Roku trade into earnings, guys. I went into it with money that I was willing to lose, and it was a earnings far shot. It was just an idea that I had. This is not something I would be doing normally. So yeah, guys, I mean, that was never a high conviction type trade. I was seeing if Roku could sort of bounce off the 45% drop that it's had, but clearly that did not happen. So I am wrong. I move on. I really don't care about the loss that I took. It's something that I positioned myself the way that I don't have to care. If I would have put a few $1,000s into this like a fool, then that's a different story. But putting a few $100s into an earnings play after being up, relatively nicely the last few months, I could survive. So Roku, guys, that is why it's dead. I lost a few $100. It's over. Now on to the next play. Anyways, Thursday before open today, Moderna, Penn National, Viacom, CBS. Those three, Nikola. That could be interesting to see what happens. You got Wayfair this morning as well. Today after close, you got Mozam. How do you pronounce your surname? Desiano. That's my last name, Vincent Desiano. After close, Square, Pinterest, Uber, Airbnb, Peloton. Some big ones there. That would be those are going to be interesting. So Square will move with PayPal, most likely. Or PayPal will move with Square. Pinterest may move a few social media plays. Uber and Lyft will move together. Airbnb probably alone. Peloton probably alone as well. So some big ones here, guys, after hours today. We definitely want to keep an eye on those. All right. NASDAQ. Let's get started here. So daily chart. So you guys remember the video that I made about a 20% pop from our recent pullback, right? If anyone remembers that, 20% pop from the recent pullback. Right now, we are at 13%. So, I mean, is another 7% that too much to ask for? I would say probably not. So another 7%. Desktop, yeah, I did. That's a Discord joke, but 20%, guys, is right here. I think we move 20%. I don't know if it's in a straight line. You might get a few of these small pullbacks. But, you know, guys, this was what I did in my last video. 8% drop right here, right? 8% drop, followed by a 20% upside move. And if you just look at what happened recently, it was an exact 8% drop. It was the exact same percent drop. And I am looking for the exact same percent upside, and that is 20%. And that's over 120 days. So 120 days is 4 months. That takes us out to maybe February-ish, you know, right around here, February 1st. That's 120 days. So that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I know there's definitely going to be some pullbacks along the way. I don't think we're going to go straight up. I know there's that long-term top line resistance. I think I know what you're referring to. This right here, if my line tool would work. Honestly, this could maybe go a little higher if you use the weekly chart. Maybe towards 17. Let's go to the daily. We'll look at that on the daily. I think we might get to 20%. I mean, why not? You know, everyone likes to doubt the upside. Everyone loves to doubt the upside. No one likes to doubt the downside, guys. You ever notice that? If you go out and tell someone that we're going to drop, you know, 20%, they'll be like, oh, yeah, probably. If you go tell someone that, you know, we're going to go up 20%, they're like, oh, what are you, crazy? It's just human behavior, man. It's all it is. It's just human psychology. There is nothing besides your own voice in your head that makes you from stop believing that we're going to go up 20%. The only thing that's making you not believe that is the voice in your head. But if I was to tell you I think the market drops 20% from here, I bet you would have a lot more people agree with me. Yeah, think about that for a second. So yeah, I see it. I see that long-term uptrend. Definitely some potential resistance up there. I'm not saying that we're going to go up in a straight line, guys. I just think that we're going to move 20%. We're going to copy this move right here, you know, over the next few months. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, and I'm okay to be wrong. I really don't care. Anyways, here's the NASDAQ on the 30-minute. You know, you guys can see here, this was yesterday. We basically chopped around. Let me go to the 5-minute, much easier. So a little bit of chop here before the Fed, and then look at the move off the Fed, right? 2 p.m. came out, Fed came out, boom, new highs, straight up. Very nice. At this point, guys, I mean, I say this all the time. You know, you just got to watch for the previous lows, previous highs, previous lows. Yeah, Kevin likes to do that because he probably gets more views off of it. I don't get many views for being bullish. So, you know, I still will hold somewhat true that I think we do need a pullback to previous highs on the NASDAQ. You know, I don't know when that comes. That could be in 2 months. That could be in 3 months. That can be in 6 months. You know, I don't know when that comes. But you know, this would be a very healthy pullback if we ever do get it. Because I mean, I would love to see that. One, because, I mean, I wouldn't want to see it if any of you guys got stuck in it or had, you know, too much risk in the market for that to happen. But if this if this pullback happens, there's going to be some insane opportunities on the market. You know what actually may happen? You know what actually may happen here? Just theorizing, guys. This is just a far idea that probably won't happen. But what is 8% from this side? 8% brings you up to around 17. Let's say we get, you know, a push up to 17,000. We reject and we do the same 8% pullback that we did last time, right? 8% pullback right here. We bounce that thing right off again, just like this 8% pullback, and we do it all over again. That would be nice, right? We push up, pull back 8%, same as this pullback that we just experienced in September. We buy that 8% dip right at the previous highs, and we run this thing right back up, and we all make a lot of money again. So that could be a potential scenario, right? Move up to the 17K, reject off 17,000 even, start to reject, pull back to previous highs, bounce off previous highs. That's an 8% pullback. That is the same percentage point pullback as the last one. So that's something to be watching. But My job gets harder here, guys, on a daily basis, because when things just go straight up, all I can really tell you is to watch previous levels. I mean, that's really all I can say. You got to watch this previous level here. You got to watch these previous levels here. Maybe you watch some of this pre-market consolidation today. I would it'd be interesting to see us actually hold up all the way up here, but it is possible. So you got to watch this 16,150. If it breaks 16,150, you're probably going to give back some of this straight up move. It would be hard to see happening on such a strong day, in my opinion. But, if we do, look out for this 15,980 level, previous highs here. That's really all I can say, guys. At this point, the market's very strong. If you're on the wrong side of it, I apologize. If you're on the right side of it, congratulations. We're absolutely killing it. This is awesome. It's absolutely awesome. For anyone that has trouble trusting, these moves, that likes to hypothesize in their head why this is too much, why the market's going to pull back, in the future, just try to be opportunistic. Try to, take advantage of the moves you see in the short term. Try to play with the trend. The trend is clearly bullish. You got to be bullish right now. If you're being a bear right now, it's very difficult, guys. You've got to come into this day bullish, but, at the same time neutrally bullish. You don't want to be coming into the day looking for pullbacks, looking for downside, because it's just so hard to play against the market. It is one of the most it's so mentally taxing to try to work against the market that just does not want to go down. Any pullback that happens gets bought up. Maybe you get a few minutes of a downside move, but the thing just gets pulled right back higher. So I would definitely be bullish here, guys. Still, just have to be bullish here. Focus on good risk management. As long as you're bullish with good risk management, there's no downside. I mean, there's no downside here. If the market falls, I'll lose a few $100. It's okay. I have good risk management. It doesn't matter. So if you have good risk management, if you don't have too much money on the table, then what's the downside? You lose a few bucks if you're wrong, and you move on. So that's the thing. When you guys can use risk management, when you can be okay with the positions you're in, when you're not so scared about losing money, trading becomes a lot more stress-free. So that's NASDAQ. Got to be bullish. I don't see how you couldn't be bullish. It's just it would be crazy for anyone to be bearish here. Same exact thing on the ES. Inverse head and shoulders. You guys know we caught this entire move. We called out the inverse head and shoulders on a YouTube video. Got a lot of hate for it, but I don't really care. So push higher. Beautiful move. That was the bottom here. Inverse head and shoulders. Break of the downtrend. Incredible move to the upside. And at this point, you just got to continue to watch the previous levels, guys. Same exact thing. That's all I could tell you today. You got to watch this 4650 right here, 4650. That's all I could say there. If you drop below 4650, you definitely have some downside, right? I mean, there is definitely some downside here. There's not much structure in this market until around 4627. So big level here. And next level would be down at 4627. Holy shit, yeah, NVIDIA, what the hell is it doing? Oh, I love NVIDIA, man. NVIDIA is so good. It's so good. I don't even need to trade at this point, guys. I don't even trade during the day. I just let my NVIDIA contract go. I think NVIDIA has made me $500 to $600 a day over the last week. Over the last week and a half, maybe more. I just don't even touch it. I barely even need to trade with this NVIDIA contract. It just continues to print the money. It is unbelievable. NVIDIA is awesome. Anyways, enough of that. That was the ES, YM. Same exact story, guys. Watch the previous levels. Watch the previous highs, right? Watch these 36,000. Looks to be the level to watch. And then the next one, 35,965. Just watch those two levels. Yeah, I am $60 in the money. It's crazy, man. Yeah. So that's the Dow. Dow Dowry did its retest. I would just watch intraday levels, guys. I bought the 215 NVIDIA November 19th calls on October 14th. That is the day I bought them. All right. Russell, take a look at it. So, guys, Russell, just a, I don't want to say the word, but an awesome, awesome breakout here. You guys can see we've been waiting for this breakout for a long time, right? So here you go. You can see Tesla Hertz. Yeah, I figured that was going to happen eventually, right? What's Tesla? Is Tesla moving? What's going on, guys? What are we looking at here? You got to let me know because I ain't seeing it. Hertz moving? Why is everyone saying wow? Oh, you're talking about the contract ahead. Am I missing something? I don't see Tesla moving here. You guys are freaking me out. I guess maybe, yeah, I don't see Tesla moving. All right. NVIDIA is moving. Jesus Christ. All right, RTY. So, big breakout here on the small caps. Very nice. If you guys want to trade the small caps, you can either trade the IWM or you can even trade the TNA. This is the 3 times bullish in ETF. I know some of you guys in the Discord chat took calls on this, further dated calls on this stock, on this right here. So definitely worth watching. If the Russell continues, definitely worth watching the TNA, IWM. Definitely some strong movements here. Small caps definitely should be on watch. You can check out, stocks that are in the small cap index online, but definitely a strong move on the Russell. I would definitely continue to watch the move here. It's actually quite interesting, which this might be an opportunity. You guys can see the TNA is actually not above all-time highs. Look at the RTY. So these are supposed to be, tracking each other, which is strange. The RTY and the TNA. This should be the Direction. I don't know how do they pronounce that? Direction shares ETF, small cap, 3 times bullish ETF. So a little bit lower than where the actual Russell is right now. So I don't know. Keep an eye on it, but small caps are out of control. Definitely something to watch. Congratulations to you guys that took those calls on the IWM. All right, let's get started here into the good stuff. mRNA, I'm not on it right now. I'll have to look at it and later on. But here you go, guys. This is the flag that we went ahead and we looked at here. Just an absolutely beautiful little flag right here on Tesla from the highs. You can even draw it sort of like this if you want. I mean, it's there. It's a little bit sloppy. It's not going to touch the trend lines perfectly, but look at this. We talked about this yesterday. We posted it. If you don't come to the live streams, go ahead and we post charts every single morning in the Discord. Here you go. That's what it looked like before, right there. That's Tesla's flag. It was absolutely gorgeous, and and it worked, just like most of the other flags work. And there you go, huge breakout, beautiful, huge move, incredible. And what's actually quite interesting is if we go to the 5-minute chart or even the 15-minute, let's go to the 5. Look at Tesla intraday yesterday, guys. Look at how it perfectly respected the trend line here on the longer dated time frames. 5-minute chart, guys, yesterday. 1, 2, 3. Sort of rejected under it. Right here. Boom. Explosion over the trend. It respected the longer term trend line perfectly yesterday, right up until the breakout. It doesn't really get much prettier than this, guys. So beautiful, beautiful move. Congratulations, anyone. You have to watch it again. Maybe this is what I'd be watching for. Let me go into the shorter term time frames. This is what I'd be looking for, guys, today. Look for a pullback to these highs right here, 1220. Look for the 1220 pullback. If you start to bounce off that 1220, then you probably can get a move. I would 100%. I strongly agree. I strongly believe that you're going to see this pullback today. So I would put this on your charts. I would look for this pullback. If this thing pulls back at market open to 1220, starts to consolidate for about 10 minutes, 10, 20 minutes, and starts to move higher, that is your entry, guys. You need to be looking for this pullback to previous highs. Look for that entry. If it starts to consolidate, you look for a trade. If it drops below intraday, you stop out of your trade, you move on. That's all you can do. So that's what I'd be looking for. 1220, Tesla. Next, Facebook, weekly chart. I absolutely love this weekly chart. It looks really good to me. And I think Facebook does not deserve to be where it is when you have the NASDAQ that is pushing straight up. You have NASDAQ that is going vertical, and you have Facebook, which is lagging the move by almost 20%. I think this is opportunity. I don't care what you guys have to think about Facebook. I don't care what the media says about Facebook. This is opportunity. I'm an opportunistic person. I am playing this move. So you have a 2-week nice green candle here right off the 50 SMA. Very nice. You didn't quite get back to any retest levels, which if we did, it probably would have been even stronger. But at this point, I don't really see Facebook going down lower with the NASDAQ going straight up. I think the NASDAQ's going to help Facebook out here a little bit. So you got 2 weeks. These are weekly candles, not daily candles. 2 weeks of upside movement off the 50 SMA. I think you start to see this move recover for sure. Daily chart. Yeah, I was actually looking at that inverse head and shoulders narcotic the other day. It's not quite defined yet, but it's sort of there, right? You sort of have a left shoulder, a head, and maybe this is your right shoulder. It's not quite there, but it's sort of forming. What I did like on the daily, though, was the hold of the 20 SMA. You guys can see, look at these last 2 candles. Look at their wicks. See how those wicks move to the upside above the 20 SMA? I like to see that. So I think you get a move here, guys. I think 340, this area, 340, 345. Basically, these previous lows right here, you guys can see previous lows turn into resistance. 335, 340 is going to be a little bit tough. Yeah. And if we get through that, then I think you start to get this move, right? That's my assumption. So I'm in it. I'm in it with December's. A lot of volume coming in here. Look at this, guys. Look at the volume that's flooding into Facebook here. So I think people are starting to say, hey, guys, think about this for a second, right? People are looking for deals on the market, right? Are you going to chase, I think a lot of people, maybe they don't want to chase things at highs. Maybe they don't want to chase, things that are breaking out. When they see a stock like Facebook, they know what Facebook is, has done in the past. They know Facebook is a strong company, the metaverse potential opportunity in the future. I think a lot of people are looking at this as opportunity, and I think you should as well. So watch Facebook. This is definitely an opportunity. When you see a stock sold off 15, 20%, guys, and it's not some BS company, it's Facebook that can do a lot of things, I would be watching it. Jobless claims out. Is it doing anything? Is there any move off of it? Yeah, no. We're not going to waste our time there, guys. We'll see what happens, but not wasting my time. IWM, we already went over that, right? We already went over IWM. Netflix. Hourly. Flag. Beautiful. We talked about this in the live stream yesterday. So if you come to the live streams, you already know. There you go. Pullback, previous highs, flag. We called out this entire move. Congratulations. I don't really have anything else to say. If you missed it, you're going to have to watch these previous highs and watch the 700 level. So, it would have been a better entry, probably not today, but, look to see what Facebook or Netflix has to say today. Watch these previous highs at 692 as resistance. If you get through there, maybe you get a move. See what happens above that 692. Twilio. Really, really like this move on Twilio. You got the daily chart really big drop on earnings, and I was sort of listening to their earnings, some people talking about it, and the move down was mostly due to the guidance that they gave. And I know guidance is not good. I know that can affect the company or affect the stock. But, if we can come back and if people can relax a little bit about their guidance that they gave, if this company stays strong, if it proves to be strong, I think there's an opportunity here. I know that the earnings weren't great. There might be some more downside, but I think there is maybe a gap opportunity here. And the level that I was waiting for was 310. You guys can see. Yeah, I don't know enough about the fundamentals quite much, John. I'm probably not the right person to ask. I'm more technical. So I'm keeping the fundamentals in the back of my mind, but I usually don't let that cloud my judgment on a chart. I don't want to let fundamentals cloud my judgment on a chart that I like. I usually just go with the technicals, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It is what it is. I can't really, it's a lot to, oh, well, let me get, this looks good, but hold on a second. Fundamentals weren't good. Operating margins were a little bit off, and the price to equity ratio is, 2 points too high. And, the CEO, went and, had had an affair with some other lady. And, I just, it's too much. Stop thinking like that. Simplify it. If you like the chart, you go with it. You like your analysis, you take the trade. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Have your stop loss level, and you move on. So 310. I wanted to see it above 310. And something that is quite interesting yesterday that you will see here right now, if we go to the 1 minute chart, and this is the reason why I like the 310 level. Yesterday, we went through 310. You can see move higher, pull back. Look at the hold at 310 right here. Look at that hold intraday at 310, right there at 250. We actually went through 310, pulled back, and held the 310, right? So right there, really like it. Nice pullback, little flag, little move higher. Today, I want to see 310 hold, right? I want to see 310 hold. If 310 holds, then I do like this trade. So I'm definitely going to be watching it. 310 is my key level because that was where this previous support came in, right here. Support, support, support. I figured there may be some resistance, but we'll see if it just goes right through. You got this gap fill here, right? Big gap fill. That could be a trade. So watching Twilio. I know some of you guys are already in it. NVIDIA. Oh. What happened? Got a little too extended. Wells Fargo lifts NVIDIA price target to 320 from 245. Maintains overweight rating. Yeah, look at this. Claims opportunity for metaverse. That's NVIDIA's. That's what Wells Fargo has to say, right? If Wells Fargo's saying that, I'm sure a lot of other people are thinking about it. It says they claim cites opportunity from metaverse. Live stream. There's a voice chat in Discord. If you guys are in the Discord chat, I hope you know that. Hopefully you weren't in the Discord chat without coming every single day to the live trading. It's right here. You press on this, and you join the live voice chat. All right. So yeah, NVIDIA, little price target increase this morning. You're getting a pretty nice move. A little bit of a pullback. Just probably moved too much. I'm really not too concerned about that. I don't even see the value in looking at this chart anymore. We caught it on this flag right here. 1014 was the entry on this day right here. This was where I entered NVIDIA, right on this candle. And since then, it just hasn't stopped. So we'll see what happens. I don't know, when we stop. I don't see why we would stop. The stock just is very, very strong. Everything is going well for NVIDIA. The product is in extreme demand. Maybe, there'll be some pullback to the 20 SMA here on the 4-hour. But yeah, just guys, on a daily basis, you should be watching NVIDIA. The only thing I would say for NVIDIA, guys, the only thing that I would say is to look for the morning panics. There is usually morning panics that you can take advantage of. Like this one right here, morning panic, pull back to some previous levels, bounce higher. This was another morning little pop downside. Took advantage of it. Morning panic yesterday. Double bottomed. Perfect little buy. There you go. Look at what happened today. So look for the morning panics. Don't panic with the rest of everyone else. There's no live stream in the Discord. There's a voice chat. I go live. I talk over the voice chat during the trading day. NVIDIA. That's it. Just look for the morning pullbacks. That's really all I could say at this point. Square has earnings later. Square, I've been looking at this 250 level. It's quite interesting. A little bit of an inverse head and shoulders potentially here. But that all is going to depend on if Square has good earnings or not. So you're going to need good earnings here for this to move off of it. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Maybe you get that push here, on Square. Maybe this is a nice little inverse head and shoulders. Square is in a nice uptrend. It's just very choppy, right? Square is very choppy. However, it is holding a nice uptrend. If you go to the weekly chart, you guys can see still a very nice trend. I mean, it's definitely an uptrend. It's a little bit weak at this point, but it's there. So daily chart, watch this inverse head and shoulders. Earnings are after hours today, guys. I wouldn't be trading it into earnings. Watch the continuation. If earnings are good here, we can definitely continue, in my opinion. All right, that's Square. Qualcomm finally, and then we'll go over a few of your guys' charts. Maybe we'll try to get out of here early today. So Qualcomm, beautiful, beautiful move this morning. It's up to 153. Oh boy, damn! Qualcomm's through this level. I did not realize that. Wow, it's still going. If you guys bought Qualcomm for earnings, definitely gonna be making a lot of money here. Wow. All right, so I mean, this is just gorgeous, and I mean, it just makes you think like, wow, I wish I would have just bought it. I wish I would have realized, this level back here. Look at how perfect this chart is. I mean, every single time it pulls back to this level, 124, 125, it bounces. So gorgeous, 4 times, 124, beautiful bounce. This was where it found rejection last time, but on a strong earnings report, it makes me believe that it can get through, and it's getting through right now. So, on a strong earnings report, it makes you believe you can get through some resistance. So right here, this is the gap up. Here's a gap on the chart right here. I'm going to say that I think Qualcomm fills this gap to 160s. Right? The expected move was nowhere near, I think it was like $8. I don't think it's going to show me anymore. Yeah, it was $8. The stock's up 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, $15. So it's basically doubled the expectations. It doubled the expectations. It's going to be up a lot, that call options. So you got your break through this level. I know you can't see it right here. Here you go. 4 hour. So it's through that level. I think you fill this gap probably up towards 160s. That's what I'd be watching for today, guys. Qualcomm, definitely a watch today. Should be strong intraday. If you see any pullbacks, potential opportunities, I'd watch Qualcomm. All right. Let's go over some stocks that the members want to look at. Let's go over PayPal real quick, and then those, if you guys could for me, please, if you got a second, if it's not too much to ask, press that like button. Helps me out a lot. Also, if you want to stay tuned for more live streams, make sure to subscribe. Here's PayPal. It finally is back down to this level, the level that we've been watching for quite some time. So we are back down to 225 on PayPal. We bounced off of it yesterday. We're up here to 231 in the pre-market. Now, guys, how I would play this, I would not try to get into it right away. You don't need to be the hero that catches the exact bottom. I would personally wait for earnings. They're on the 8th. That's next week. See how Square reports. Square reports today. It will most definitely move PayPal. It usually does. So you don't need to catch the bottom here, guys, especially not with earnings approaching. So obviously you see the volume is picking up quite a bit. That's probably a good sign. You can probably say that in the future we're going to be looking at PayPal and saying, why didn't we just buy this again off of this support? And yeah, I think I sort of agree with you. I think PayPal probably will eventually move higher here. PayPal's not going to drop forever, guys. There will be something. But very ugly still. You got one green candle. It's not enough for me to put money on the line, just personally. So I want to wait for earnings. If earnings are good, maybe you start to see a pop, and then you can play this thing. I don't know. That's what I would wait for. I would rather be conservative here than be aggressive. PayPal's been a really, really shitty stock lately. So just watch that level. Wait for earnings, in my opinion. Rider, and it's just a perfect little retest here on Rider. You can see that right here, YT. Look at that little break, retest, holds, green candle. Looks really good. So that looks good there, YT. Amazon. So Amazon's in the channel. You guys know that. I don't like trading Amazon. If you know me, I don't really like to trade Amazon, especially mostly due to the fact that it's just sideways. Most of the time, it's very hard to know intraday where Amazon is going to be. There's no trends. There's no trend. Amazon does not have a trend. When you try to trade a stock without a trend, you are significantly reducing your chances of being right. So I don't like Amazon. I would want to see it break out of the upside or downside of this channel and start a trend. Personally, that's my recommendation. That's what I'm going to say. If you guys ask me about, a chart, I'm going to give you my honest opinion. I wouldn't touch Amazon. I could be wrong. That's my opinion. Wait for a trend. Stitch Fix, you have the level here that's holding, but it's just a really crappy company, a really crappy stock. Look at Nvidia, guys. Look at Microsoft. Look at Apple. Look at Tesla. Look at other things that are actually moving. This is not really a stock that I would be interested in right now. You're basically just putting your money into, a sideways move, sort of just losing out on money. Ford or Fold? What is this? FOLD? Yeah, Fold. Okay. You have the gap fill. I see you're saying that. The gap fill right here. Personally, I would probably wait for post earnings, and then if you see it get above this 14 level, then you probably can play the upside because you still have about 4 points of upside here. So I'd wait for earnings, but yeah, I see it. Maybe you get into this gap fill. But this is also a therapeutic company. I would be focused on tech stocks right now, guys. Tech stocks. So here's just one thing before we leave here, guys. I would personally be looking for stocks that everyone else are looking at. You don't want to be jumping into these random stocks that, very little people are trying to trade, right? You might have a good technical setup. It may look great. But technicals are not going to work as much when you don't have traders like me and you looking at them. When you see, let's say we find a beautiful flag pattern on Tesla, right? You know how many other people are looking at that flag pattern on Tesla? There are millions of people looking at that flag pattern on Tesla. When people see a flag on Tesla, when millions of other people see it and they think it's bullish, they are going to buy. Them buying, the millions and millions of retail, institutional traders, hedge funds, when they see something like that, they want to take that trade, which makes you right more often than none. If we see a flag on a stock like FOLD, yeah, maybe we're right. The flag's there, but who else in the world is looking at this? Not many people, maybe a few 100,000 people. What's the daily trading volume? The daily trading volume is 1 million shares. So people are definitely trading more than 1 million, definitely more than one share. So it's significantly less than 1 million people per day, which probably makes me think it's probably about less than 10,000 to 50,000 people a day are watching a stock like this. Probably less. So gotta be looking at stocks that other people are looking at. Technical formations work out in masses. You need to have other people looking at that formation, agreeing with the formation, and making it come true. So focus on the good stuff, guys. Don't trade shitty stocks. That's one of my sayings, right? Anyways, thank you guys again. Thank you for being here. 825. What was the peak? What was the peak? What was our peak today? Let's see. Our peak viewer count was it might be right now. I think it's right now. So, thank you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Press the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys would like, if you want to be here for more. Today is Thursday. Let's go ahead and see what happens with this market. Nice little move pre-market. Jay Powell obviously doing his thing yesterday. So let's put if you guys enjoyed Jay Powell, press the like button for Jay Powell today, not for me. Yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you again, and I will see you in tomorrow's live stream. And if you guys could, if all 800 of you that are here, if you guys could just press my like button on the video today, it would be more likes on my video than I ever would have. So help me out. Press the like button on my actual YouTube videos. That helps also. Thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace out.